And next up, I have Michael Pan. He's the founder of Pan's Mushroom Jerky. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the live stream. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for having me.
Good.
Just had a good lunch, so
Oh, good.
ready to go.
Nice and energized, I hope.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to talk to you about this category of plant-based jerky. But first, let's talk about your recipe. So Pan's Mushroom Jerky comes from a family recipe, right? I'm wondering if you could tell us maybe some things you considered when adapting it for the U.S. market.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot to consider, to be honest with you. I mean, when they were making it, it was made for, kind of for themselves and for the people in the area. So there were things that wouldn't necessarily translate very well when it came to the U.S. Everything from shelf life to just certain ingredients not being available. And not only that, but the taste was specific to the region, and we felt that in order to appeal to a more broader audience, we needed different flavors that were more appealing to the U.S. Taste buds. So everything from ingredients to shelf life considerations, we had to think about that.
Was there anything major that changed about the original recipe?
Yeah, I'd say one thing actually. So they're vegetarian Buddhists actually. So they did actually use egg whites in it for some ingredients and for some protein. We knew that obviously the trend was away from not just vegetarians, but just to veganism in general.
Sure.
And we also felt that it was something we wanted to do as well. So that was one big one.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if I'm correct, you actually thought the recipe was pork when you first tried it, at least your family's original recipe this is. Is that an aspect you wanted the product to still have in the U.S.?
I think texture is a huge part of what we wanted to have. I don't think we necessarily want to just be imitation necessarily, but we want to just have a nice pushback in general. We didn't want it to be mushy. When I tried it, it just satisfied this chew that I wanted ultimately. And so when you say, we were striving to be pork, I don't think that's what we're trying to be, but we do want. It's more about just the texture and feel that we're really striving for, and making sure that it hits that kind of chewiness and that pushback on your molars that we try to achieve for.
And do you find equal interest from sort of the plant-based set and then also from the jerky set in trying this product?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, I would say even more from just jerky set. People who looking for alternatives to their meats and that they're so used to. I think we found that a lot of people that come by our booth to try it or come by and try a product, they're just looking for. There's almost a guilty feeling that's growing amongst people that maybe I should reduce the meat, and we kind of give them that excuse, and we hope to deliver on taste and flavor as well. But they're looking to reduce that meat intake, and that's actually the larger number of people we seem to attract. We obviously have a huge plant-based community that loves our product as well, which we're happy about. But there's a large number of people who just still eat meat and they want to just remove it from their diet. Yeah.
That's really cool. It's nice that you can appeal to both. So you started this in 2008. You're in some 300 stores now?
Actually, we're up to about 450 to almost 500 now, yeah.
Oh, wow. Awesome. How does e-commerce play into your strategy?
It's a big part of it.
Yeah.
We do have our website, which is mushroomjerky.com. It's a portion of it, but we feel retail is still very important to be a part of. So, some people have tried to just focus online, which is a great strategy. It's something that we definitely considered, but we had so much interest from retailers that we wanted to be on their shelves, and we think it's important to support the consumer that is anywhere. They are, as we've heard a lot at this conference, just being available for the consumer wherever they are and just easily purchasable. We strive for that. So when we had partners come out to us and say, hey, we'd love for you to be in Portland, Maine, and we're on the West Coast, we work with them. So, yeah.
Cool.
So online is still important, don't get me wrong, but it's we find both to be a great path for us, both retail and online.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just heard on stage When to Risk It with Jamie Athos, who's president and CEO of Tofurky Company. Was there anything he said that reflected your experience? Was there a point on your journey that you've considered a risk of some sort, whether it's the very beginning or along the way?
Oh, that feels like every day almost at our stage. No, I mean, one thing it's absolutely how do we meet demand, which is a great problem to have. We're extremely excited. We have people who want our products, and one thing we're doing now is figuring out how to scale the production. How do we make more? And one thing we're doing is we're moving into our own facility. We're making it our product ourselves still in Portland, Oregon. And we decided we're in about 3 months we'll be taking a leap to taking on a bigger space, taking on a larger rent to make our own product. So that's one small example, but a big one for us. It's a big step for us.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
When are you hoping to open that?
Probably in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Maybe sooner, but we'll see. But definitely September. We're trying to get our production ramped up.
wow.
So.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. So how have you seen plant-based jerky sort of rise in the last few years, and what do you think it really takes to stand out?
It's growing, and it's funny. We're friends with a lot of the brands that are out there, and I think to stand out, I think it's number one, what does the company and the product represent? I think that's a big piece. The more we can share with the consumers what we're about and what we're trying to be a part of, the better. And they want to be a part of that. Obviously product differentiation, it also helps. Your different flavors, whatever it is you use as your base, I think is important too. But one thing that I've seen in general is that the consumers are happy about having a lot of options now, whereas I think maybe 5-10 years ago there weren't any really, or many at all. And so I think to while standing out, we're happy we're able to use a mushroom base, and it's actually really exciting just to see so many others playing in the space that are kind of creating this category that should have existed a long time ago that exists now. So yeah,
it's really cool. Would you consider experimenting with other ingredients other than mushrooms somewhere down the line? Or too soon to ask? No,
it's never too soon. We'd love to. We'd love to try other mushrooms potentially. Could be really interesting. Obviously, we play in another category of mushrooms that are just exploding in terms of popularity, and people are learning about the benefits of mushrooms. So there may be some other mushrooms we may try. But we're pretty happy with shiitake so far. But no, I think what you'll see from us is maybe not necessarily other jerkies that we end up doing, but just other products that we have that may or may not be mushroom based. So
cool.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So any other highlights you want to share with us from the last couple days?
Listening to all the speakers were fantastic. It was amazing to. One of my favorites, obviously, listening to Walter Robb was incredible. Just kind of listening to him in awe of just the things he's seen evolve over the years was incredible. And yeah, just meeting other founders and other companies that are on this journey with along with me is it's you can't even quantify it. It's just really amazing to see the support that other people will give you who are in the industry. So it's been fantastic.
That's great. Well, I'm really glad to hear that you've been able to make those connections here. That's really great. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to continuing to follow your journey. Keep us posted, and we will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michael.